Good evening, everybody. Our participation in this project BRISEIDE is coming from the way of the URADIN project results. So we finished last week the URADIN project, and one of our main gaps, impossible to focus on the project, was the user, the value added service for the user. And this is why we are also participating in this project. So in this sense, we are trying to apply the results of previous project, URADIN, on improving the emergency management at the region of Navarre. So we are working together with the emergency agency from Navarre, and we are trying to provide them with some kind of services just to be sure that the response to an emergency situation is improved, is quicker, and under the best condition and with the best quality of the response. So in this sense, here we are working with a scenario in which we have set operators. We also have, as usual, a control room for managing all the emergencies. And what we need is to reorganize the human resource, the dispatching of these resources, just to go to the emergency on the best time. So the purpose of this scenario will be to coordinate all this response, and the coordination should be continued during the whole time of the emergency, from the first calling coming from the citizen, from the wherever, from police, from wherever, and trying to go to all the incident up to the closure of this incident, including the classification, the assignment of the results, and the management of the results. We are talking just very briefly that we have organized all the region of Navarre in different areas. These areas are pre-assigned to some results, but we still need to know their availability, the proximity to the emergency, and so on. So this will be our first point of attention. And the second point of attention that we will have on this pilot will be the resource management. Just to be sure that we are sending the group that is closer to the incident, that will be attending on the shorter time. And for this purpose, we will try to use some kind of GIS services. At this moment, we have some information using GIS, but the idea is to provide this on mobile services, just to be sure, using real time, where should be the results and where should go these results. We also have at this moment verbal communication, and we will try also to reduce this kind of verbal communication, just using the previous services that will or should provide us information in the future on where they are and which is the best results to go there. So the objective of our system will be based on two different services. One service for analyze and planning, so we try to go into the reducing the response time. We are also trying to reduce or detect those bad practices when you know that there is, I need to say, an ambulance or something like that has been stopped in an area for several times, several minutes or half an hour, and you should decide if this is good or bad practice, because half an hour stopped, maybe a coffee, but maybe not. So we are trying also to detect this kind of bad practice. We are trying to redistribute and rezoning the already established areas for dispatching the resource, and we are trying to interpret directly using address coordinates the address location. And this is the way we are trying to improve the results using this experience coming from the previous project. So in this sense, this use of location of the real address that sometimes could save lives for sure. On the other hand, we also try to improve the resource management. We are trying to calculate and to reduce the estimated time of arrival to an emergency. We will have some recommendation based on the real location of the emergency, again using the results just for improving and using the best address, quality of address for the final users. And we also will try to obtain some kind of alert systems to detect if the zone in which the results should be are inside or outside the area of the emergency. This is the main, very briefly, the pilot. If you have any question, we are open back.